Push that flower around. Hello, live. We're only going to be on tonight for about 60 minutes. Hello, Faith. You're the first person in the room. First person in the room gets $25 tonight, or $25 off a service.
She said, "Hi, family."
Hey, 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 hey. And we're talking, our subject tonight is going to be on tantric sex. So we did not do a Facebook post alerting anyone. That's because all the members are alerted whenever we go live. Okay? Whenever we go live. Okay? Hope everybody's day has been fantabulous. And it's a beautiful rainy day. And when I think about the rain, I think about the abundance that the universe has for us. It's just whether or not we want to receive from her. Okay? Such a beautiful week. It's been a bit gloomy for those that do not know how to appreciate abundance. Hello, Tamika. Welcome into our room. We're studying Tantric Sex tonight. You guys grab a pen and a piece of paper. We're going to do our invocation, clearing our minds, opening our hearts to receive what the universe has for us, and to step outside the box and learn a different way to do things. For those of you that are familiar with the chakras, I know that you know your root chakra holds your security, your protection for Mother Earth, from Mother Earth. Your sacral chakra works with your root chakra, and this is where your sex organs are stored, male and female, and it's also where the life force energy runs. Okay? Your solar plexus plays a big part of your personal will. This is where the wheel turns of creativity and your intuition. So that lower part below the heart is pure life force energy and more physical. Okay? So if you've taken the Reiki course with me, or Meta Magic, we spoke about the chakras. This is nothing new to you. But tonight we're embracing life force energy. Okay? I also want you to write before our invocation that sex is ceremony. It's not about a feeling. It's not about someone having an orgasm or for the man to ejaculate. This is what we get from the exercise. Okay? But our focus should be much more on higher things. Okay? It should be in honoring one another, reverencing, and how we see one another. Okay? Sex is ceremony. Please write that down. Sex is ceremony. Sex is ritual. It's a ritual. We do it all the time. Go within your heart, go within yourself, and ask yourself, why do I have sex? Does it feel like an obligation? Is it because you find your mate attractive and you want to please him? Or does it have anything to do with life force energy? Being able to create. All right. Now we'll do our invocation. If we could invite in our presence our ancestors, known and unknown, from the north, south, east, west. The source energy that we all are an extension of, to continually dwell in us and through us, giving us divine knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, to take the word and to break it down to its simplest fraction. After I speak, you go back and you do your own research. To also ask the ascended master teachers, those that taught this, to also, we want to thank you also for your teachings. The archangels for guiding us and protecting us, our spirit guides for taking us when we are in an unconscious state, our power animals that are protecting us, and our spirit animals, spirit guides that go with us through our journeys into the middle, under, and the upper world. Okay. Also the elements of life that's causing all of us to live today, from the north, south, east, west. We thank you. Cosmic elders, we thank you. And the spiritual hosts, no disrespect to any, we honor you, we adore you, and we absolutely appreciate you. Okay? So we're going to get started, and thank you guys for joining us today. And I did as I said I would. Courtney and I want to give you guys a good hour. As you guys know, hey Marsha, on Friday the 16th, we will be having our open house from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. If you do not have time to come and stay, please be sure to show your face, come and grab a few things to eat. We have an awesome guy that's there. His name is Jason Alescu. He will have crystals. He'll have books. This gentleman is amazing. He's a young gentleman, and he's very good at what he does. He's been dealing with energy as a child, and I'm assuming he's only 20-something years old. And this young man is an energy reader, and you're going to love him. Okay, very humble, and has been in constant contact with us to make sure that you guys have a wonderful day that day. Okay, Jason Alescu. So, with that being said, we didn't want to cheat you guys because we know the importance of our connection. We are going to drop a few videos on Tantric Sex, hoping you guys will understand. When you go out there and you trace Tantric Sex back to ancient Egypt, to me, they've went in and done a lot of distortion with what was a beautiful thing. And some of it I do not want to discuss because it's kind of sickening. I was reading and studying a little bit earlier. So it's kind of hard when you've had somebody to tamper with that kind of knowledge. And so pulling this from physics, metaphysics, and what I hear the source and ancestors saying to me, and Courtney in her own way. Also, we found a very decent writer. She's going from mind, body, and green. And I'm coming from consciousness evolution. Okay, Alexa Erickson is one of the people that I decided to pull some information from. So, if you're not entirely familiar with Tantric Sex, you may be under the assumption that it's simply about having marathon sex sessions. And while that in itself may sound both wonderful and incredibly intimidating, the actual tantric experience is so much more than that. Tantric sex, what is it? One might ask. So let's deal with the fact that all of our life, for those of you that are, I would say 40 and above, we were taught that sex was bad if you weren't married. But I want to start by saying sex is marriage. It's not the piece of paper. And we went through that whole spiel, so I don't want to get into that. And they made us think that it was really wrong for us to feel like we were ready to engage in this life force energy, and that something needed to be cast down and out of us. Okay? It took a lot out of us, and now we're getting all of it back. Okay? Masturbation, they taught us to be shameful, and a lot of us don't even know our bodies and don't know what we like because we're afraid to explore. And that's why a lot of us are incomplete. We say we love ourselves, but we will not explore and love every inch of who we are. But we'll wait and we'll pray for the universe to send us some awesome person to come and walk our journey. But the fact remains that we still do not have knowledge of who we really are. And we are working out of a depletion. Okay? So self-care, masturbation falls under self-care. Loving and massaging and knowing every inch of who you are and embracing it and owning up to it. This is shadow work. This is work that you'll do personally on your own time. You don't have to have a group of people watching you. We're not talking about being perverted here. Okay, we're talking about shadow work, sacredness. Now, before we go any further, is there anyone that have a question about where we're going? Okay. Now, we know that Tantric Sex, we always trace our history back further than they'll ever say. This author says ancient Eastern spiritual practice that is meant to broaden one's consciousness and to connect the polar and the polar masculine and feminine energies. So this is a time when we connect. All right? The divine masculine and divine feminine in me connects with the divine masculine and feminine in my partner. Practicing tantric sex can enable you to reach new levels of sexual energy by exposing sexual energy you never knew you had. Okay? Now, when we're talking about tantric sex, tongue tire, we're talking about sacredness. We're talking about being one with our lover, our partner. Okay? And before we get into the actual act of it, we want to talk about the location. This area should be a very sacred area. If you argue, fuss in your bedroom, and you make love in your bedroom, and do anything else that you can think of in your bedroom, this is not a good place for this kind of energy to be exchanged. And some of us are probably not able to, or we don't have a spare bedroom, but for those of us that do, this room should be created as a love room. She said she's trying to get in, huh? So when I say a love room, this room is forbidden for anyone to go in but the two that's practicing their tantric exchange. This room is full of love. From the moment that you walk in the door of this room should hold the essence of the divine feminine and masculine energies. You should have low lights or candles. You should have jade stones, rose quartz, just something embracing the nature of love, beautiful, wonderful colors, and you dare speak nothing but love language. Okay? So it's a very sacred space. If you cannot do that before you do it in your bedroom, be sure to use your sage, Palo Santo. What else? Sweet grass is really good, or cedar. Be sure you cleanse the area really good. Go around your room, your bedroom, cleansing and doing the invocation for the ceremony, because it is a ritual. Anything done over and over and over again is ritual. You brush your teeth every morning, that's a ritual. You wash your face, that's a ritual. You take a bath or shower, that's a ritual. You eat your breakfast. Our lives are filled with rituals. Why not embrace this one? Okay? Okay. Now, it talks about you and your partner reaching and undergoing an intense focus of concentration that can ultimately allow you to experience hours of incredible sex, intense orgasms, and a new connection to both each other, yourselves, and the outside world. Now, when we embrace tantric sex, and I want you to give your meaning, because this one was very shallow on the meaning of tantric, so that it won't just be our meaning. Because I know my meaning for tantric is two people intertwining as one. That's my meaning. But let's get another opinion. We're going to give 4 different teachers out here what their meaning of tantric. But what was I getting ready to say?
You was talking about cleansing, and you talked about cleansing the area with sage, cedar, sweetgrass.
And I was saying focusing. Oh, yeah. So whenever we begin to understand tantric, a lot of people I've been having in my inbox saying that their man is leaving them. I've had some gentlemen wanting to know, oh, is there a love ritual that you could do, to keep my lady with me? When you really understand the life force energy in tantric sex, your lover will not cheat on you. Yeah, you heard it right.
That's right.
Because this is a ritual, a ceremony of healing, love, and creativity. Also manifestation. Because now you are informing him that there's a new sheriff in town. We're not doing it this way anymore. Where you just get up and you be like, hey, baby, I'm horny, or come on, let's just, knock a few rocks off. You got to understand it's deeper than that. So much more. So deep you'll never, ever really understand until you're there. The moment that you do this exercise, your life changes. You'll keep, what is it? You're having trouble in finances. You won't have it anymore. You need a new house. You'll go in tantric understanding we're going in and we're looking to accomplish something. It's not us just playing and just doing things for fun or because it's what we do. We have reasoning behind it and we have purpose. Okay? So we'll be understanding purpose, but before we go there, you got somebody that's...
Yeah, really cool.
Hold on, guys. We got somebody trying to come in and need a little information, if you don't mind. And for those of you that missed, we do leave it up. We'll play it back.
Okay, so this, the Mind, Body, and Green says that tantric sex is the ancient key to sexual pleasure and psychic power, attained through a set of rituals. It also says this can enable you to reach new heights of sexual pleasure and tap your sexual energy for creative use in other areas of your life. You are are in your most intense state of conscious and subconscious concentration during sexual involvement. Tantra teaches ways to carry this intense focus of concentration into all areas of your life.
So, there you have it. How incredible.
That is good.
Some say tantric, tantra. Either way, tomato, tomato. We're on it. Okay?
This part says the rituals make it possible to enjoy sex more often for longer periods or greater pleasure than you have ever known before. And the more frequently you have sex, the more quickly and powerfully your sexual energy will regenerate itself. And Tantra, all faculties. Is that right? Faculties? Is that right?
Yeah, faculties.
Physical, mental, emotional are stimulated as strongly as possible, then controlled to bring ever higher pleasure.
This one says the 5,000-year practice of tantric sex is about enlightenment and reverence for your partner that extends far beyond an orgasm. So we know that a lot of people just get together because they have an urge and they don't really connect with the person, let alone see them as a king, queen. I reverence your presence. You reverence mine. I understand that you are the divine feminine and masculine, and so am I. And we're about to make, we're about to create. Not just about a life, but this is how powerful this life force energy is. It can create life. So if it can create life, it can create a car, it can create a house, it can create finances, it can create love, and anything else you want. We're dealing with the life force energy.
It's not hard to know at all. I don't like to believe something though. It's not hard to know because that's small. We're in life, getting a car, getting a house.
But a lot of people, a lot of teachers that have studied tantric, this is all they do. And they sit back and they get together, they have their ceremonies, and they manifest. Now, some of us are manifesting in a different way. We're doing our affirmations, we're meditating, we're looking at motivational speakers, we're dealing with our subconscious. But don't you know that all of this is linked to the life force energy and is more powerful when we get together with someone else of a like heart and mind? 2 or 3 gathered together, right? Got it? We don't want 3, 2. Okay? In the classical sexual ritual, the participants honor each other as embodied deities. Okay? This author encourages people to bring an attitude of reverence into their lovemaking and to all their interactions. The tantric approach has far more to do with your mental approach than with technique. So it's not about how good you do it or the way you're doing it. It's how you're approaching it mentally. Okay? And so it says, it's certainly got nothing to do with bragging about staying power. Okay? Right? So, or how long, that's what they're saying, how long they can go. But I do want to say, in ancient Egypt, and I think some of you guys heard this in the last talk about the tantric sex, a king could not be declared a king if he could not hold his ejaculations 10 times. Okay? So he had to be well-rounded to be called a king. It is important to understand that intercourse not reaching orgasm is the focus of tantric sex. That's your focus, tantric sex. Not reaching an orgasm. Okay? They are simply possible choices on the path. Now it says here, you may be, okay, so this is, you want to read anything else about it before I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only about like where this it says we've been accustomed to think that just to get into bed and go about your day, and it's not like that. It says tantra is a deeper sexual experience that most people enjoy. All it takes is the right information and an open mind. Then it talks about creating the space and preparing yourself mentally. Come to the experience with an open mind and an open heart. If something makes you uncomfortable, you can skip it, but try to work through any feelings of discomfort. Those feelings usually come from a place of shame. Throughout the practice, remain playful and show the curiosity to find new forms of pleasurable interaction. So he said, take a shower or a bath, either alone or together, but try to refrain from any sexual touching, stand facing each other, stretch however.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going too far.
Yeah, you're going too far. Yeah.
Okay.
So before you get there, what I wanted to say was you want to make sure that you cleanse the area that you'll be doing your tantric in. Make sure it's cleansed. When I say cleanse, I mean sage, cedar, palo santo, sweet grass, whatever you're using to make the area, light, the energy really light. Light a few candles. And for those of you that have had any kind of trauma, sexual trauma, rape or anything, molestation, whatever it is, this would be a beautiful time for healing. If you are having problems going into this, please inbox me because I have some things that can help you heal before you get there. Okay? Because we want to talk about retrieving your soul, a piece of your soul in that incident, that traumatic moment. Okay? Whether it was a rape or molestation, whatever it was, or abuse, no matter what it was, you didn't want it and it made you feel some kind of way. So now you're uncomfortable with the act. See me about that. But let's just pretend that we're all on the same page. And at this point that you've already spoken to your lover, hey, listen, I want you to try something with me. I hope you're open to it. And they'll be like, oh, well, what is it? Just it's what we've been doing, but giving it more meaning. And explain to them all tantric sex is us being woven together as one, and not just saying it, but us actually breathing, our eyes locking, the whole physical and the whole what do we call it? The whole act, from touching everything. So I would also advise like massage oils. There's a goddess that makes her oils, and I can tell you right now she's really good. She's on Patreon. It's Kiva Yazar. And if we'll tag her in so you guys can get this really good massage oil. It's amazing. I do detoxifying oils, which could be used also in the tantric. So as we stated, the candles, if you have candles, put them in the bedroom. A nice, soft ylang essential oil. We'll put that in the notes, that you could have diffusing, which will bring about a love. It serves as an aphrodisiac.
I got
patchouli as well. That smell of patchouli is amazing. That's going to get them in the state of mind. Okay, so you could diffuse patchouli. Get you a little diffuser and put some patchouli oil in. That would help set up the atmosphere. And ladies, by all means, remember, you don't want to have on any clothes. Okay, and then you could coerce a gentleman. You shouldn't have on any, and could just go ahead and allow the goddess to unravel or have her clothes off. As Courtney mentioned, do make sure you shower really good. This is not something that's to be rushed. So if you're coming off work and your husband want to do tantric, tell him, so no honey, let's get clean, and you guys both get the oils out, and go ahead and like she said, Do not start touching on one another because you're going to spoil the fun. And, the men can easily, of course, get aroused quicker than us as women. Am I right? Yeah. So you want to be mindful that no touching until you are allowing him to be seated in maybe Indian style, or maybe if his legs are off the bed, he's sitting on the bed. So let's back it up and let me just go step by step so I don't miss anything.
Okay, I have a little snack. They said
Okay.
have some light snacks out, and you can feed each other. You can eat just a little light snacks. You don't be eating too much.
I would
You
say
can eat a
cheese
big
and
old
wine.
steak.
No, cheese and wine, strawberries and
Yeah,
wine, or maybe a light cracker or something you may want to have out, and have it really nice, garnished with a couple of herbs, and just really nice, some champagne or something on ice. If you really want to just lay it all out, and this should be done, keep these things on hand.
Yeah, have it handy.
You wouldn't have to be complaining about whether he's cheating and if he's gonna leave or if she's gonna leave, or if he loves you, if she loves you, if you really managed your love. If you really would put as much focus and intentions into this. This is life force energy. It's powerful, it's ritual, it's ceremony. And it's what our ancestors would do. I mean, the women would adorn themselves. They would get in the sauna. They would detox their feet, their hands. That's a part of my wellness center. Is getting to the place so that, understanding the essence of the goddess will reach your husband, if you don't have a husband, to the man that's going to be drawn to you. Whatever it is, I'm just telling you, this is self-care, and you want to go ahead and prepare for it. And it takes more than about 15 minutes. Soaking your skin and moisturizer, all of these things matter, because remember, he'll be going over your skin and you guys will be rubbing each other, Okay? So it says you begin by breathing together. And let me make sure, where's yours?
I'm at dressed in what you can wear.
Okay, go ahead, and because I'll do that after you. Go ahead.
All right, so
if there's any questions, guys, go ahead and pop in.
All right, so you can stretch after this is after you get out the shower. You'll stretch out, do you a couple of stretches, and then you can dress comfortable. So non-restrictive clothing, underwear, lingerie, shorts, or a loose shirt works well. And it says you can practice tantra in nude if you prefer that.
We prefer nude.
Yeah.
Don't come in with no clothes. I don't know what that writer's on.
But because tantra is about a slow build-up of sexual energy, it's often helpful to start clothed. That's there. And then I think this is where you are, so I'll stop.
No, go ahead.
Okay, after the stretching and showering, sit in the front of each other and get comfortable. You may want to sit cross-legged or drape your legs over each other so that the energy from your erotic zones is in closer proximity. You can also try, I don't know what that is, but it's a position they offer you can try. Okay. The male partner sits down cross-legged while the female sits down on top of his legs and faces him.
Okay. And it says you then practice tantric kisses, in which the lips are open and the breath flows from one another freely. So you'll just kind of put your lips together and just breathe. Breathe into each other. Okay? Until finally the lips are pressed enough to form a sensual kiss. But just a. Like that. You kind of go into it. Get pressed up, like that. Full body tantric massages are next, in which one partner lies face down. So you're going to have your partner lie face down. Now, for those of you that don't have anybody, Just hold on. We're gonna get to you. Okay? Don't leave the room. Don't get discouraged because we believe in bringing the whole package to the whole person. Okay, so it says the full body tantric massages are next, in which one partner he or she lies down while the other lightly massages your zones, like your T zones, your back, your shoulder, go down the middle of the back, go down the arms, moving all around. Sex can be the final step of this act. However, it is highly advised to pick the position that both partners feel grounded and connected, which often means keeping direct eye contact. Okay?
She said this is a beautiful experience.
It is amazing, honey. It is an amazing one. And we're gonna freestyle some too in just a minute.
I can go.
Okay, tease your partner. Start there.
Okay,
talking about a little teasing here. So you're gonna be doing a little role playing. So we're gonna have to loosen up, guys. And for those of us that are really in a place where we're uptight and got to come out a little bit more, I suggest you have your good drink. Okay.
Yeah, you should
get you a nice stiff one before you get the stiff one. Okay, you get it? Get your stiff one before you get the stiff one. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Teasing. We're teasing.
Tease your partner by brushing your fingers close to the genitals and breasts, but not actually touching them. If you are not already in yab yum position, move into it, embrace and breathe together.
Okay, hold on.
This one goes to that part with the
well, slow it down now because you want them to hear that again. She's gonna read that part again, and I'm gonna look up yab yum. I don't know what the heck that is, but we're gonna find out. I never got in yab yum. Hold on 1 second. We got somebody in. Is that the one we had? I think it was the one Faith commented on.
Yeah. It says when I need to go back over my part where it says tease your partner by brushing your fingers close to the genitals.
Speak a little louder. Mm-hmm.
Tease your partner by brushing your fingers close to the genitals and breasts, but not actually touching them.
Yeah, so you're gonna go towards them, but then you're gonna kind of pull back. Okay, go ahead next.
Let's stop there because we gotta see what yab yum is. Because it say if you're not already in yab yum, and then I stop here.
Let me see. Okay, I got it. Yab yum pose. It says get in the yab yum position. The yab yum position is a staple of tantric sex. It can be done while clothed or naked. In this position, the male sits with his legs crossed, Indian style. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It's simply Indian style. Nice name, huh? Yab yum. Okay, I think you need to say Indian style to your mate because yab yum sounds a little gay. I'm sorry. The male sits with his legs crossed and the female sits on top of his lap facing him. So you're going to straddle him. The partners should embrace each other fully and try to synchronize the breaths, Breathe in sync. You breathe in, he breathes out.
Faith said, your ginger zinger oil is amazing for this. We love it.
Okay, guys, you have it. She says the lemon zinger. Is it the ginger
zinger?
Ginger zinger is the best. And we have Faith in her husband that use it. And so there you go. Yes. Ooh. And I think that smell is amazing on that too. Okay. All right. Okay, so look, here's we'll post this one. I don't know if they can see it. Can they see?
If you let it focus, go over here and just.
That's the couple doing yab yum.
Focus. You see they're sitting.
Can I do it like that?
Yeah, tap it. See if that help.
It don't help, but I think they see it.
Okay. I was going to say, what if I put the camera in there and put it there? You want to try it?
You can try it. I don't think it'll show.
The camera right here.
Uh-oh. Hold on, guys.
and come back some.
There you go. That's Yab Yum. Yab
Yep.
Yum.
Yab yum. She said it is the position where you sit um straddle post. What is it?
Uh-huh. Post position.
Yeah.
Yes. Turn around. Turn the camera around. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead next.
Okay, and then it says, okay, you already talked about massage. So I'll go here. You can go with the hand only massage or incorporate other textural tools such as pieces of fabric, feathers, or wax.
Now I like that. The feathers, guys. Amazing. Do the feathers. Get you a feather, and while you're in Yab Yum, just go around the neck or the Indian style straddle, and just kind of play with the feather around the ear and kind of get start it off like that.
Once you massage your partner fully face down, have them have the partner flip over and perform the same type of massage. A tantric massage is not about sexual stimulation, so do not try to bring your partner to orgasm.
Now remember, you got to kind of ease it up. So if you do the feather and things are getting really hot, back up, because as we stated earlier, it's not about the person coming to an orgasm or ejaculation. It's more so the act of tantric, engaging in that.
Let me see. I don't. Let's go to the final step. Okay. So after you do all the massaging, then the final step is to go ahead and have sex. Alternatively, you can end the practice simply by lying together in a relaxed, blissful state. Intercourse is not the focus of tantric sex. It is just one of the possible choices on the path. If you do not have sex, proceed slowly and choose. They got a position. And
Hold on, I don't think we need to go that far
that's too
yet.
far?
Yeah, we're too far into it. So let's back it up where we're doing the breathing. You forgot all about the eye contact. Yours
Because
don't have the eye. No.
It did. I remember
No.
you saying the staring into the eyes. It do got it here. I can go over it.
Engaging into the
So
eyes.
right here it says, look into each other's eyes for a long time. The eyes are the windows to the soul.
See, go ahead.
It will it will feel uncomfortable at first, but continue to look into each other's eyes as long as it takes to become comfortable with the practice. There's no standard amount of time for this. Once you feel comfortable, a connection has been established. That is the goal. That is the precise sense of connection you need to enjoy tantric sex. Maintain eye contact throughout the practice.
Now, the other thing, after you guys have massaged and made eye contact, you did the kissing, the lips pressed together, the breathing, and you're in sync with your breathing. So you're breathing in, he's breathing out. And then when you guys really get into it, you guys will naturally start breathing on the same, your souls are one, on the same pattern, okay? Woman should always stay on top.
They got some words.
Because the man would release faster. Okay? He'll of course let go before you will. So it's important that you stay on top. If you are manifesting, okay, you're gonna keep in contact. Okay, you're gonna let each other know. Okay, so are you okay? Try to hang on in there. Are you all right? You're gonna make contact with what you're doing, and if he's about to go, you're gonna say, well, what are we manifesting, darling? Or this could be something that you talk about before you go there, before you get to that point. But if it's in the middle of you guys getting intimate, then you guys speak to each other and say, oh, we're manifesting our home or our center. Okay? Whatever it is, be on one accord with it. And when you have that orgasm, finally, when you guys are able to go together, then guess what? All you're seeing and you're releasing all this good energy, this prana, good spiritual energy out to manifest your home or your car or the center, whatever it is, it's coming into fruition. Okay. All right. Hold on, Faith. Let me get you, sweetie. Yes, ma'am. Very, very beautiful. Okay, so let's go back to it says, further understanding the mission of Tantric Sex. It says, while the above steps only touch upon the practice in its entirety, they may help you better understand that Tantric Sex is not a jump on and jump off type of thing. It requires time, and remember I said it, this should not be rushed. Commitment, you're committing to do this every time you get in that room and you do it. Now I know sometimes you like to get a quick one in, but it's a way after you begin to do it that you can rush through it. What are we manifesting, baby? You understand? And go ahead and do your quick one if you have to. Connection, okay, being connected as one, breathing that same breath. Look into each other's eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Knowing what's going on with one another. That's a spell in itself. You're under a spell. And consciousness, an open mind, and so much more. It enables you to see beyond the ideal of sex as something one-dimensional. And we've been taught that. You have sex if you want to make a baby. Well, what if I want to make, a manifest a vacation? What if I want to manifest my dreams and my desires, and I need somebody else's life force energy with mine? Okay, it's more powerful.
I got another part on here too.
And allows you to feel the power of your partner, so you can also get a wind of how powerful your partner really is through manifestation and creation. What are you saying?
It was saying about after the breathing and the eye contact, it said that you can say statements like I love you or something about that person, or I feel pleasure when you such and such. Be truthful in your statements and say exactly how you feel without fearing how it may be perceived. Take turns sharing statements.
Slow down and just tell them, because they want to hear this. This is some good stuff.
It says, be truthful in your statements and say exactly how you feel. Start there. Once you are breathing together and fully connected through eye contact, offer your partner some words to connect you further. Some examples include I love such and such about you, or I feel pleasure when you ... Whatever
it is that person, remember now, you know who you are because you've explored your being. And so Tantric also gives you a chance to teach your lover how to love you. This is your chance to tell him in the middle of this submissive or, vulnerable time.
That's the best time to tell him.
Yes. Good. So you're able to say, I love it when you do this, or honey, if you could do this a little bit more. Go ahead.
Be truthful in your statements and say exactly how you feel without fearing how it may be perceived. So take turns sharing statements. And then it says, very lightly and slowly move your fingertips across parts of your partner's body to awaken the nerves and heighten sensation, maintaining eye contact. And that's
okay.
That's when we go into the tease part.
Okay, but let me tell you something right now. The ancestors just gave me something. Okay. So when you're doing body taps in Qigong, okay, if your mate, and I'm speaking someone older here, is having problems with blood flow, ladies, you know where I'm coming from, instead of being a person that give them low blows. And you know how sometimes women can be in a place where, you know, like, oh, you getting old and that ain't working no more. Don't do that. Because I had a gentleman to actually say his wife told him that. That's a bit harsh. And you may not know this, but that's a great way to tear a man's ego down. In fact, I'm going to read your information because I like what you just said. But instead of the massage, just kind of tap on him in certain areas to get that blood flow going. You know, just kind of like lightly tap, like a tapping, like a thump, you know, so that that blood flow can get going. And remember, in this writer's, what do you call it? What is it called? And right up, yeah, whatever. He talked about stretching. So I would suggest Qigong for those that have a partner that's up in age and, you know, just have a time with the blood flow. You know, if the person's high blood pressure and, you know, not able to really get going, or you understand, ladies.
I think that's good for everybody, even if they young or old.
Yeah, but I'm just saying so that they can get up and perform. And then, right. And then we have the dill and ginger tea. And once you drink that tea and you rub it on, because remember, ginger will bring anything to life. Rub it on that area. Okay? So it's things that we can talk about, ladies, to really get this stuff going. Let me read some of theirs. And so Faith had said earlier, she said the feathers are also silk. Right. And lastly, a copper wand or silver wand. The metal acts as a cooling method just in case the engagement leads to heated zones. Very good, Faith. A very, very informative piece of information. All right. And guys, I don't know if you could see. Can they see her comment here?
On here?
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it.
Okay, so the heated zones, that cooling sensation is going to be amazing. So let's also, she said also, this is high energy release stage. This is a better way we have manifested greatness in tantric sex. Absolutely. So, and sometimes if you have a partner and they're younger than you and they're not open, they're not awakened, you're on this journey. It's just a matter of time, you guys, you know, if he doesn't want to or she doesn't want to move up, that you'll be apart. But until then, you're going to have to try to manifest on your own. So whenever you're going into your orgasm, you got to see yourself with the car, or with the home, or with the, you know, debt release, or with the kids getting into a private school, whatever it is that your heart is, you know, or whatever is in your vortex that you're trying to pull from, see it and manifest that way if your partner is not on the same wavelength, right? Wavelength.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It's too much talking. So true, Faith. Right, Marsha. She's powerful in this. And so it says this is powerful and warranted. You warrant each other inner being by taking this process very slow. Have to take it slow. It cannot be rushed. And knowing exactly who the both of you are. And this is your opportunity to understand. This is a side of the person that you'll never ever see. Tantric is going to bring something totally different out of your partner, and a whole nother level of respect and reverence for you, the one that introduced.
Yep, they're going to be thankful.
Yes, they're going to be very thankful, but somebody's going to have to take charge. What did Marsha say? So one of you going to have to be the one to take charge, and when I say that, to be the one to introduce.
Yes, be in the moment. Always
be in the moment. Even when you wake up and you want to take on yesterday's thoughts and woes, do not do it. Take your deep breath, and your breath brings you into the moment. Okay? So, let me just say this, and you got something else on that one? Before we get to singles?
No, not on this one, but I was thinking about one of the videos we listened to, and I remember them saying that it feel like out of body experience, kind of. Cause like after that, they become one. I was just thinking about that, but maybe I can find that in the video.
Yep.
I could
Yes, you can. You
Yeah.
can. Hold on one second. I'm gonna look at this. Okay, so this author, Psalm Isadora, she said she has this true mission of tantric, and she spells out the word kiss, and for each letter she says the K is for kinetic, and she says tapping into and embracing our inherent sexual energy. The I is for intimacy, the principles of tantric work to increase intimacy through mindful sex. So this is like mindful meditation, right? I like that. So S is to slow down, stop the rush. What are we rushing for? I don't like rush.
That's a turn off.
It's yes, a turn off, and it's quite downright disrespectful. But she says, as you see from the above brief explanation of the steps involved in tantric sex, the process of foreplay and intercourse are greatly slowed down. So it's not about your man just slapping his hand in between your legs. That's so high schoolish. That's of the 70s. The early 70s. Okay. Isadora says that this allows you to be more present and pay closer attention to both your needs and feelings and those of your partner. So this is a great time to express then what your needs are. So if you say, you know what, don't just go off on him, don't slap your hand down my leg, because this is of the 70s like I just did. But what you'll say is, baby, you don't have to start right there. I just want to, and just grab his hand and just take, or you do it on him, because what people will do when you start doing something in this, they'll follow you. Okay? And so the other S is for sensuality, and it says when you rev up your sensuality before you dig into the sexual act, you allow your heart, body, and soul to open up. So by you taking this really slow, allows your heart, body, and soul to become one, opening like a beautiful lotus. And in turn feel more in tune with both your own body and your partner's. Now remember, we did say that you guys were going to be one. That's what tantric is. What is intertwining?
Yeah.
What is it?
Intertwining.
You guys know. We've been doing a lot of talking today.
Real quick, Marsha said it's fast because they have not been taught by other women, and most women don't know that it should not be fast, but so.
And right, and most women allow a man to, just to show that. See, if you don't explore yourself and you allow someone else to, you give them all the credit, and you never really know. You know what I mean? You never really know what you want or what you like. So in that sense, you feel like that person, he was my first love. Why? Because he, made you understand that you could release. So you got to go back and you got to evaluate all those things. But one of the other things here, it talks about tips to incorporate tantric sex into your life that I find really interesting. And it says, now that you understand the steps and the mission, you may be wondering how you can incorporate it into your own sex life. And here's a couple of tips this author or this writer has. It says, get out of your head and avoid judgment. So we talked about that. Be really easy and understanding of yourself. We've been taught a certain way. We've gone through life. We've been hurt. We got a lot of pain. People let go. I'm not just doing yoni stings because we can make money. It's tons of things that I know how to do to make money. I really want you to heal. And this is a part of you embracing and loving and protecting your yoniverse. You got to heal. This is essential in getting her healed, okay? So it says, oftentimes during sex, we create barriers that separate us from truly letting go and just enjoying the experience. Trying something new can make you self-conscious, and it does, but this only create fear that inhibits you from the joy of the journey. Right. So anything you're fearful of now, we talked about fear a while back. Go for it, because your freedom is on the other side of fear. Don't worry so much about how you look or what your partner think. Just have fun. Connect your breaths. We talked about that. The idea of tantric technique is to breathe, is the breath of bliss. Okay, this is to allow you and your partner to connect more deeply. To do so, slightly constrict the back of your throat and take long, deep breaths in and out of your nose. It will mimic an ocean sound, like
that's how you breathe.
It's a kind of like restrict, slightly constrict the back of your throat, like that. You can speed up and slow down the breath until you both feel like you are in sync. Okay, so it's about getting in sync. Okay, use eye contact, and we talked about the eye contact. All the eye contact does is deepen the intimacy. Okay, and touching each other again ever so lightly. We're doing a recap. Remember the yab yum? Okay. Which we call the Indian style. We didn't really want to sound too weird here.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or any input about tantric? Go out, go look in your drawers, ladies. I want you to take the initiative. Even if you don't have a man at home, here we go. Please start taking your bonnet off. Remember, I'm going to take my bonnet off.
Wait till I take my bonnet off.
I want y'all to start taking your bonnets off, okay? Bonnet. BONNETS. Start taking those bonnets off. Go in your drawer. Find you something really cute and sexy. Because when you have the conversation about the tantric, you're going to need to be looking really cute. If you don't have a mate, still go take your bonnet off, find you something nice to wear, and tell yourself, tonight I will explore. I'm going to explore me. And even if you got a mate, sometimes you just got to explore yourself. Sometimes you got to close the bathroom door, love on you, every inch of who you are. And we got the yoni ones, ladies. We got them on the website. It's no excuse. Get you a yoni wand and start manifesting with your life force energy and exploring and loving on you. And you're going to understand what you've been relying on somebody else to do was really, really easy.
And that will make your relationship a lot easier.
Yes. It is not that you don't need a man, a gent in your life. Because you do.
Yeah.
But it'll help you be well put together and informed of who you are, so that he wouldn't bear the burden of understanding who he is and then you.
It's too much work.
Yeah, and then you getting upset with him because he can't. Now speak to us ladies, because I don't really think a gentleman is in the room today.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. We got some people shouting out. Let me get in on this. Let's see what we have here. And if you're ashamed, honey, you right, Faith, ain't nothing manifested in that nothing other than a quickie.
That's right.
That's ugly. The exchange of the breath or an exchange of energy. Absolutely. That's all. You're sharing energies. You are sharing energy. When you breathe, like we taught you earlier, into his mouth, he and yours, you're sharing one another's energy. And do not be surprised if you pick up, because this helps your psychic abilities Do not be surprised if you pick up some things. Now, back in ancient times, we were more intuitive with our partners. Why? Because of tantric sex. Now, we don't share that breath. We don't share that eye contact. So we don't know if he's lying or not. And a lot of times they like to do it with the lights off and fast, quick, and in a hurry again. So all of these things are key factors into sharing and understanding one another's energy. Okay? Does anybody have a question about tantric? Now, for the goddesses or the gods that are alone, I want to tell you that it's okay. I sell 2 kits on my website. This is not for sale, but for sales for me. But I want to help you guys because I have everything in them if you need it. So for those of you that are all about self-love and want to understand who you are all over again, or if you are that goddess and you have a husband or a partner, guess what? You can still use these because sometimes you just need to know what you like. Because a lot of us straight out of high school, we start having children. We really didn't take time to do a run for being single and understanding who we were, what we wanted, because we were always taught, to put others first. That was love, but that's not love, as we know. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You see, as thyself. So you have to love you first before you love your neighbor. So this is all about self-care. So in the goddess kit, we do have the yoni wand, massage oils, and things of that nature to get you started in your exploration of yourself, your life, yourself, the goddess, and the life force energy, which is the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And when you do release, you are creating. It's not like you can't do it because you don't have anyone. But when you do finally pull this person into your vortex, or if you already have him and you're waiting for him to manifest, then guess what? You're going to have a wonderful relationship because he's not scrambling all over the place, having to jump over hurdles to please you. He understands that you're whole and you're healing him. Any questions, anyone, about tantric sex? Can I answer any questions? Any question? Does anybody else have any questions? And what you decide to do in your bedroom is totally left up to you. But I suggest that you begin to slow things down and create everything you do as a ritual, even down to cooking your food. Those spices, I need you guys to start getting herbs, cooking with herbs. Cooking with herbs. As you know, the properties are for physical healing and for spiritual healing. Okay? So this is very important. Start making everything about ritual and putting your soul into it. Your cooking, your love making, doing business, whatever it is, make sure you know that everything is ritual. And you're going to put your heart into it. And you're going to take your time and do it. Life is ritual. It happens over and over and over and over and over again. Yes, life is ritual. Beautiful. Well said. Well said. Does anybody have any questions about tantric sex? Is there anybody that has a topic they would like for me to speak about? Hold on, Marcia. Make it a way of life. Make it a way of life. I tell you, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the best thing that could have ever happened. I'm gonna drop a clip from a husband and wife that just spend their time in life once they became awakened and they began to understand tantric and sex magic. They have the most beautiful relationship, guys. They teach this on a much broader level. I'm going to drop a few of their videos for, those of you that would like to be informed. You wouldn't have a need to do the love rituals. You would not have a need to do any of that because it's covering so much. You're healing, you're understanding self-love. So to love you is to love your spouse. Okay? So please, whatever you do, guys, you got to calm down. So please, whatever you do, pay attention to the videos. I'm going to find them and post them. Any other questions? Oh yeah, place the link of whatever you want me to speak about. And on our next live, I will do so. So I plan to go live on Wednesdays with you guys. But we're going to start back posting daily motivations on some really good people, on some really good mentors out here. We got quite a few treats for you guys. Anything you wanted to add for the singles about, I told them about the goddess kit for those that are looking for self-love. Those are beautiful ladies. You will not regret it.
Yeah, I would suggest that. And the yoni steam.
Yeah, we talked about the yoni steam.
I think that's it.
And I want to share with you a young lady. I don't think she's on Patreon, but she's one of my clients, and she's a regular. And she's doing self-care. She makes it her business twice a week. She's on a journey of losing weight. And, she understands to love herself is to also love her temple. So we're thinking, to love the temple, we're thinking something outside of ourselves. So we spend our life running to a church, cleaning it up, making the edifice look good, while our body, we're putting anything and everything in our bodies. And we don't care nothing about the doctor's office, and don't care nothing about herbal care, health care, none of that. But we are running to see how many Sundays we can get there without fail. Bottom line is, this is your temple. So you can be awakened, but if you're not caring for your temple, your edifice, guess what? You are truly not awakened. Because your soul is your spirit. I'm going to tear you to pieces. Don't you ever disrespect it, okay? So, you got to love yourself, and you got to take care of your spirit, and moreover your body. And she comes twice a week to sit in the, yes, she does her wraps, her detoxing oils. She sits in the sauna and she meditates. And she's off. She come in one way and leave another. Very little to say to us. We greet her. She knows how to go and get changed. And it's just all about self-love. All things, whichever way you come in, this road leads one way. Many come in different angles, but it leads to one way. Okay.
Oh, Faith said, guys, you have to try the ginger zinger oil by Yafa. You will thank her for it later.
Oh my goodness, I am loving it.
It does.
It does. And as a matter of fact, before the grand opening, I'm gonna get over there in the sauna tomorrow myself. Yes, that's beautiful. This young lady motivates me, honey, and I'm like, I got to get my wraps on because she has lost. I've been looking at her. We measure her. Yeah, we measure her before she gets in. She gets her weight. We wrap her in the coconut oil treatment, sweet sweat. And she sits in there, and honey, she's amazed. She's doing some big things.
Get my butt in there. She said she wanna wrap her legs after she get taken out. She wanna start wrapping.
Oh, she's about to start wrapping her legs. Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Any question? Does anybody have any question? Okay.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. She said, I have heard good things about sweet sweat.
Girl, yes, sweet sweat is everything. But I'm gonna tell you something too. You know, coconut oil is the bomb.com. But with me, I would mix things like rosemary.
Mm-hmm.
I would add my own. You who am I talking to? You know, Marsha already know this. So you put your essential oils in it and mix it up and sell it. And these sisters will be detoxing too.
Yeah, before y'all can wear it when y'all before y'all go to the gym.
And that's the other thing. You want to sweat all those toxins out and adorn yourself before you present yourself to your king. And let him know how important it is for him to do the same thing. And this is beautiful, y'all. Love is really wonderful.
And see, that's what makes
It's an expression. And so we gotta learn, you know, we gotta really we gotta get into this. And then if you're really taking time, how many goddesses are really slow walking sex? I mean, you know, how many are really putting this much effort? And just think for the ones that does. I'm just telling you.
And that's not a
How can you lose with the good stuff you use? Is there any question? Faith, you have a $25 off, or I can send you $20 to $5. You were the first person in the room. Tell me what you'd like for me to do for you.
She said, I love the slow walking.
I know that's right, sister.
I like slow walking too.
Yes.
Make it more fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Slow walk it. No need to rush the dog.
Mm-mm.
Tell me what you need me to do. You don't have to say now. You can just inbox me later. I want to thank you guys. I think I saw Marsha. I love you so much, sweetie. Faith, Goddess, I love you, sis. You're my
Tamika was in there.
heart. Yeah. Let me see here.
It was somebody else.
Tamika, I don't know if she's still in the room. Peace, love, and light, Goddess.
Our girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
Was our girl able to get in? I'm loving it. Yay, Faith.
It's only 3. That's gotta be Miss Tawanda.
Yeah. Okay, so Faith says she's gonna be here she's gonna be there Friday. Yes. And so I'm it's gonna be beautiful.
1 to 7.
Yes, 1 to 7.
Y'all gonna love it.
You already know, honey. It ain't enough time in a day. My little grandbaby, his mother texted me and said he has his Thanksgiving lunch tomorrow, so I gotta go to a Thanksgiving lunch for him. Then I gotta go and do some personal things for me for self-care. And then I gotta make sure the couple of walls, because I had a painter in there today, and we gotta finish some things up. And so it's just, but after this, we're gonna have our one-on-one time, because I really miss y'all, because I can pull from that well, you know. I got Patreon because I like the intimacy that we share. We are intimate here, and you guys, and I know you. I can really, you know, pull from you. It's an even exchange of energy. Let me say that. It's very beautiful. I really love you. I really do.
Faith said, I need to pick up oils. I will be there for service Friday morning. We love you.
Yay! Okay, baby. And so I'll take off your 25. And Marsha just
And Marsha said, sharing is caring. Love this soul family.
I do too. Guys, I'll do it if it was only the 3 of you. You already know.
Yeah, another one. She said, okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Mwah. Peace, love, and light. And drop something in the comment section that we could talk about. And we can really get on like a really personal level on next Wednesday. It's whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm going to be open. And I'll be vulnerable. Whatever it is, we can just let it all out.
Mm-hmm.
We can just let it all out. I don't care what the topic is. Let's talk.
That came out just now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, that part.
No, I said 31. Oh. She said Kundalini.
Oh, yeah. And the first cousin, menopause. Yeah, I had a young lady call me this morning, and she said she had a heat sensation rising. What she was saying, it was going up.
And she said, and she had one when she was laying down in sleep.
Oh yeah, and it kind of scared her. It can be a scary experience, and it doesn't feel good. But you're gonna love the Kundalini as well. A lot of people say don't let it happen, but you can't. It's like the Holy Ghost. It's what people call the Holy Ghost. So it's just, that serpent wrapping the caduceus, Marsha, in health. For those of you that's familiar, the snake around the caduceus, that's Kundalini going up the spine, and that energy rapidly. And it just sometimes it doesn't make you feel good, but it is what it is. People love something to feel good. People stop looking for comfort. Stop it.
Menopause is very scary when you are not ready for it. I was 38 when I started.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. It took me, and I had to start researching. I did, and that's what led me to believe they were connected. One goes up, the other one come down, because menopause got you feeling like your head in the oven, and it come down like this. And I'm just, I was catching hell. I was wet as a duck. I would travel from the top of my bed to the bottom. I mean, I'm telling you, I was miserable. I thought I was going insane.
I had enough with that. That hot coming down.
Marsha said she thought she was pregnant.
I hate how
Faith, where you at? Where you at, Faith?
It go down, you have your legs hot, and then go on your feet.
Tamika, are you in the house? Come on, y'all ladies. I don't hear nobody talking but me and Marsha.
She said I would heat up so fast you would have thought I was a superhero on fire.
I know, honey, I know. And
I
girl, these wigs, honey, you sweat that lace right on up.
Wake up with puddles in my throat, looking like a glazed donut.
I know. Kathy done came in. What Kathy say? Hey, Kathy.
Everybody cutting up today. She said, I know the feeling. And
yes.
They said, I'm right here.
Oh, yeah, honey. You already know the menopause. Yes. You know what? But it has gotten better. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. It's like after I studied it, and then I start taking Flash Ease. Isn't that what it is?
Been helping you.
Flash Ease help. I don't take it no more because I'm not getting flashes. But, honey, life. So we are going to do, Faith, just come in. We're going to talk about Kundalini on next week and get a better understanding, guys, because when you do.
She said she ready for her yoni. Yay. Oh, yeah, because she didn't get to do it yet.
Hey. Okay.
And Marsha said, what is Prime Rose Oil Saved My Life?
Ooh, I didn't. Okay. All right. Do we?
Yeah. God is keeping. Yes, sir.
Huh?
The rose.
Yeah, but that's not that's primrose. That's different.
Oh.
Okay, goddesses. I love you. For those, Kathy, I think you just came in the room, or maybe you were already here. Just we're gonna, of course, leave it up so you guys can
click it
and replay it, and we're gonna post
friends.
Tantric Sex, that couple. I'm gonna do about 2 videos. They're very long, guys, but so informative. Gonna change your life. Okay, you'll see sex in a different light. We don't have to view it the way we were taught to view it as something bad. This is the good old sweet grass. Love you guys. My ancestors are they're jumping and having all kind of fits because they love sweet grass. Okay. Peace, love, and light.